Hello, friends. It's great to be able to talk to you. It is Diane Loomer here and
Morna Edmondson.
Sitting here together, reminiscing over the 22 years that we have spent together co-conducting the Elektra Women's Choir and the remarkable journey that we have shared together. And sharing a glass of wine.
You bet.
As we relive these years together.
So put your feet up, relax. We're going to play you some wonderful music and share some memories of some of the high points of our 22 years.
I remember that we were sitting at Flavel's house.
Yep.
It was after a chamber choir concert.
That's right.
And drinking a glass of wine together and saying, you know what? We know a lot of good singers in this city, and there isn't a great women's choir in Canada. And why don't we think about forming one? Mm-hmm. And both of us were busy and said, maybe the only way this will work is if we co-conduct it, if we work it together.
Right. I was singing in the chamber choir and you were...
I was working with John at that time.
With John.
Yes,
right.
As an apprentice to John, trying to figure out what I was doing. And it was a great year. It was a great instructive year, but this was the beginning, 1987, of Elektra Women's Choir.
Right.
And I think one of the first stories that I certainly remember about that was discovering our name. Calling some of our very best friends, people we knew who were wonderful, wonderful singers, bringing them together and then talking about what should we call ourselves, the Vancouver Women's Chorus or the et cetera, and we came up with this remarkable name.
Right,
so,
and we said it's a brainstorming session, everything is fine, yell out your suggestions. And
then we came up with nothing, so we sent everyone outside to walk around the block and to come back. And when we came back in, and I may be wrong, but I think it was Elaine Smokler who said, how about Elektra? And there the name was, and has stuck with us and served us extremely well.
And I remember saying, well, we'll do one concert. You know, come and join us. We'll do one concert and we'll sort of see what happens.
Yeah.
And so that was October 1987.
Right.
For that inaugural concert. And we had Joyce McGuire on the piano.
Yeah. And we commissioned a work for that concert. I remember very well talking to Ramona Lungan, who sang with us.
Right.
And asking her if she would consider writing us a piece. And we were standing in the UBC parking lot. And I said, we'd love to have you write something for us. And she said, great, I would love to. And I said, let's make it official. And I gave her a $1 bill. There were no loonies at that time. So I actually gave her a Canadian $1 bill, which I think she still has to this day. Her first commission for Elektra.
And we had Karen Weisgarber playing the flute in that concert. And actually, I think the recording that we've got doesn't use the flute, but the flute was there in the premiere, and the flute part was turned into a soprano solo. So let's play a little bit of Salve Regina by Ramona Lungan. Here we had this brand new choir, and of course we had to find repertoire for it, and we sensed that there was music out there. I remember some people saying, oh, after a couple of years you're going to run out of music and that'll be the end of the choir. And we thought, it's probably not the case. Turned out not to be the case. And we went looking for the sort of legit composers, and then we stumbled across a lot of arrangements that we thought weren't very interesting. So I think early on we made it part of our mission to find the good stuff.
Yes, definitely.
And even not all serious music, but the good arrangements, and that really defined who we were from the very beginning.
Yep.
And I remember in the first concert, Follow Me Down to Carlo, which became kind of a signature piece of ours.
Yes.
And it was on our first CD. So let's listen to a bit of Follow Me Down to Carlo, arranged by Percy Fletcher.